EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Balin Tiger. Balin Delta.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. Now he's free at the 35. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 70 yards. And the Ravens are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Now the try here for the point after. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score. Ravens 7. Rams 0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together.
Come on, set. Hut, hut.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down at 7.
Striker, 3-3.
Off the play fake. Myers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. You look at this Baltimore defense. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Another run with Mitchell. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 105 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ramsey. The 20. 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 14-0.
Travel like a bond, I'm a traveling man. LAX out the Baltimore, they landed in France. Play some shows out in Germany, they bought in Japan. See these reps take me everywhere, I go where I can. That's the local pass, homie. I ain't walking there, Brody. In New York, hooked it up like some Timberlands, homie. So I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed the flight up in Atlanta. I just went to Spain.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Rice. And some room to work. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, LA! A big play there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Rams are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And they get about 2 there to the 36. You talk about this Rams defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
To number 18, Marvin Harrison Jr. It's a gain of 17 yards. First down,
here's Mitchell. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
180 hot.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. 128 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Touchdown.
Colston Loveland, 32 yards. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring us out to the 35-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Here now, 3rd and a yard. And now they'll order to something else.
Yellow.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
10 black. Smash. Red.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Here we
First
go.
and
Here we
10
go.
at the 45-yard
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rice. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Blue 30. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
7-yard line.
Set. Ready.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Ready. Set.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams are back within a score. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Ravens 21, Rams 14.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard
line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Ravens 28, Rams 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready, break.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Here we go.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they got me pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Red, cycle. Ready?
Myers from the gun on third down. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Play action. It's Herbert. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
6, ready.
Back to throw. Myers. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready. Black, 95. Set.
Looking to throw. Myers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Touchdown! LaJohntay Wester, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Rams have got it back to within a score. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up. And we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Ravens take over 1st and 10.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Ramsey. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
We know play calls can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Now 2nd and 9.
Hey, Ray. Set.
Right back to Mitchell here.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
There's a short one caught by Loveland.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
First down, Baltimore.
59, 59.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Second and 12. At the 14-yard line.
Set. Yeah, ready.
That's quickly out to Harrison. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Here's Herbert.
Well, back foot throw there is incomplete.
My man, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead holds at 8. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up.
Rams, first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
That's another.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll run on 1st down. Rice.
126 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
It's a pickup of 6.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
At the 33-yard line.
They'll rifle this one deep right side.
And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Well, indeed, try to run it out as they start on the ground.
Now he's loose again. How about this? He's to the 10.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the 1st half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Rams 20.
Set to receive the 2nd half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Let's go.
By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game started the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Myers. And that will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. Now he's into the clear again. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Ravens take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Rams 20.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Ready.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Offense set at the line for this next drive. It really doesn't get much easier than the last drive. One play, and they took it all the way to the house on the touchdown run.
And you know how many times we talked about that's exactly how they drew it up? Because essentially every play is drawn up in an offensive playbook. If everyone does their job perfectly, should go for a touchdown, right? That's one that actually did. Give a little credit to those big fellows up front, too. They sprang their man for not only a big gain, but 6 points.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
380. Hey, Ram. Lion. What do you want?
Once again, it's Mitchell. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down. The Ravens send their punter out now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Here we go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot at the 49. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
There he goes again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 51 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Here we go.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 43-yard line. 147 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On third down, it's Rice. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Set, ready, set.
They'll keep it on the ground. Rice. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Up the middle they go. It's Rice. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
16-yard line.
Ready, ready.
Now a give, right side. Rice trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
second and
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
And here's Myers from the gun on 3rd down. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams are able to cut into that deficit. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
Rams 27.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And able to get this out to the 25. Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Herbert now. And he is caught. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 70th catch for him on the year. Like so many others, this goes for a 1st down. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he'll give what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the Rams' 47-yard line.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Given 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. Trotting! Now he's loose again. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. 43 yards. And the Ravens stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. He gets a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
39-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive.
Here we go.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
35-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rice. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
10 black. Ready.
They'll try the left side. Rice. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 16 yards right off the bat for a 1st down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. On the handoff, Mitchell. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So 3rd down, and defensively the Rams have added 2 extra DBs.
A give here to Mitchell. And he's going to have a Ravens 1st down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now he's into the clear again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. They definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
I've been ready since my dad used to tell me he would come into the house to get me. He ain't show. Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never asked for help.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Ready?
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but last time they get him behind the line. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
52. Hut.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rice. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Okay, ready?
3rd down at 6.
Here we go. Set.
Now a handoff up the middle. Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Baltimore, they improve their mark to 12-4 with 1 game to go.